He said, he was like, what is that? Ándale, mami, ya. Ándale, mami, ya. Oh. Boss dropping a 9. Resume. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. How everybody doing? And my eyes over there. My eyes can see what my ears can't hear. My eyes can see. Tap in. We're gonna have a good evening teaching, man. Tap in. We about to illuminate the world, Craig. You say the world, Craig? The world, Craig. Yeah. Peace and power to the people. Peace and power. We're going to get this started. We're going to give it a few minutes. Get this started. Let a couple of my people get tapped in. So everybody, I hope everybody having a good day. Hope everybody having an amazing day. To this evening teaching. So we're gonna let everybody get comfy. Let a couple of my people get in, because this is no rush. Because in a couple seconds, a teacher will begin to teach. You dig? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. 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 I'm sorry, give me 1 second. All right. Bam. Now we're gonna give it a second. for my brothers and sisters can get in-house. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm going to play two little short, well, I'm going to play one short film, a little message, and I'm going to play another one by another brother for y'all can kind of hear what I got going on. Let me see which one I want y'all to hear, because I got a couple of them.
If you don't hit a jackpot of 10 trillion coins within 10 spins, just delete the app.
Okay, so I'm gonna let everybody get in for this, because y'all gonna hear this rhetoric. I want y'all to hear this rhetoric. Get in here, my brothers and sisters. Get in here. Because it's about to go down. It's about to go down. I'm trying to tell you, it's about to go down. You don't want to miss this, baby. You do not want to miss this. So we gonna give it time, cause I ain't in no rush. Cause I want everybody to be able to enjoy this, and not only enjoy it but catch it. Yep. Yeah. 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 We gonna give them some time to get up in here. Get up in here, baby. You don't want to miss this build today, baby. Like Biggie say, baby, baby. Mm-hmm. We own them. We own them. We own them for all the truth seekers. We own them. We own them. We own them for all the truth seekers. We ain't in no rush. We want everybody to get this. We want everybody to get this. So let's give it a minute. All right, it's at the 0 mark. Let's give it a minute. Get everybody in. Peace, everybody. Peace, peace, peace. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also subscribe to our Temple and School YouTube page at Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School, and set your notifications. Set your notifications. Don't be afraid to support our temple, with monetary or tangible donations, or just sharing it with the brothers and sisters, because we want to get the wisdom shared. We want to move all religious dogma, all hate, no matter if it's Moorish hate, if it's Christian hate, or Nation of Islam, black Muslims, black Masons, black whatever, atheists, racists, whatever you want to call it. We want to remove the veil of religious dogma. And then ask yourself why our people, and I want us to listen to this, all our Christian brothers and Muslim brothers and whatever, we should be sharing this. Why certain religious aspects, when I be hearing my people, they be acting like they don't know what the curse, where religious people try to talk about the curse of Canaan and the curse of Ham. And our religious people be promulgating that stuff. Our so-called Nation of Islam brothers be promulgating that stuff. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to have a good conversation. Because I told y'all, my people are lost due to a lack of knowledge because you refuse to learn. Who said your skin is a curse? Who said it? Who said your skin is a curse but the curse of so-called Ham and a curse of Canaan? Who told you that? But I'm going to show you where this whole ideology come from. And it's a group of people that look like you teach this crap. No disrespect to no one. We just dealing with the facts. Because I ain't afraid of no man. I don't give a damn about no groups or none of that. I don't care about nobody religious dogma. I don't care about no whole bunch of Moors. Talk about they from some Morocco. I don't care about none of that. I care about my African culture. I know who I am. But I deal with things that's modern today. But I know who I am, and I'm not dissing my African culture. I'm not. I'm a scholar and an educator. I know exactly who I am. And I'm not going to let no Moor, no Muslim, no Mason come with that religious dogma for somebody to try to hate your skin and tell you that some other bull crap. So listen to something real fast I want y'all to hear and tell me, what do you hear? And I'm going to play it a couple times, and I'm going to play it by another brother. You might have to forgive the way he speak. But this is what I tell people. I don't care. You get in your car and you listen to it. So listen to the brother when he speak. So what, he use profanity? So what? Some people need to be cursed the hell out. A lot of them people be talking all them soft canned voices and be lying. Well, brother, you still lying? Somebody need to cuss your ass out. Excuse my candor. Listen to this dogma. Listen to this rhetoric. And tell me, do you believe and rock with this? Listen to it.
Because we didn't have kinky hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow? Yeah,
so Farrakhan said the hair on your head was as straight as the hair on your eyebrows. Really? That sounds like some Jewish Talmud hate stuff. And see, this is what I be telling people. I don't rock with nobody. I rock with the what plan you got? What automotive plan? Because at the Million Man March in '95, you talk about some Willie Lynch. And that shit ain't real. Excuse my candor. A lot of people be dealing with Dianetics and Ron L. Hubbard, and in the same breath they talk about some white man, the devil. Why you mad at what I'm saying? I'm an educator and a scholar. I know this. And I ain't on nobody's side. I ain't on no Moore side. I ain't on nobody's side. I'm on history. I'm on scholarship. I'm on we as a people. Our culture. I ain't on no religious side. I ain't on nobody religious side. The Sunni Muslims and the Nation of Islam, they don't agree. All Moors don't agree because they all lost. Listen what he says. Listen what he says.
Also the issue, people think that when you're beautiful, it means you've done something good morally. Moralize beauty to think that that is a good thing. So when people have straight hair, and so when people are light skinned, we're like, oh, they're good people. Because we've moralized these things as being good. Because we still, at the end of the day,
whole moral is, it's like, oh, when you say about straight hair, the eyebrows and lighter skin, it's trying to say that because of your skin is this color and your hair straight like this, like you good. Do you see the psychosis in this crap? And then this is Nation of Islam rhetoric. This not me. You can't get mad at me. When people put this shit out, they arrogant with it. Listen to what it's saying.
This is a good thing, an innately good thing. It's a mess. Sometimes it don't make no sense. It's a sign of
Limo at your service.
Let me.
Here to help you save hundreds.
I think it might be a little bit more of what she's saying, but I don't want to hear her.
Of where what they're gonna start.
Okay, so let me go back and let me play what she
Straight
said.
as the hair on your eyebrow.
This Farrakhan.
Yeah, and then that's also the issue. People think
Now,
that
this
when
Farrakhan.
you're beautiful.
Now listen again. I'm gonna play this intro. I'm gonna play this beginning. This is one of our African sisters.
Kinky hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrow. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow?
Yeah, and then that's also
Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be straight as the hair on your eyebrows? That's what he said, didn't he? I'm my brothers and sisters. That's what Farrakhan said, right? Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrows? Ain't that what it said?
I'm in the house.
Ain't that what it said? Because if it didn't say that, then if Farrakhan didn't say that, I heard something different. And I got the original audio of him saying that. Wouldn't you like the hairs on your head to be as straight as the hairs on your eyebrows? Huh. Always trying to have you look like somebody else. Just like they want to talk about J. Edgar Hoover, look like, even though he was melanated, you see like he bleached his skin. Well, look at Farrakhan in the beginning, and then do it see like he bleached his skin, and then see that they put a damn Jerry curl and make their hair straight, and then put a part in it to look like Fire Muhammad, which a lot of the Muslims do. when they put that damn S-Coral, or you know that kit, that Duke kit we had back in the day, and they put that in there, and then they put a part down it. Or then they tell you to shave your face because you looking like some barbarians in Africa. That's what they say. I mean, what you mean, she? What you mean what I mean? It's a book called The Fall of America by Elijah Muhammad. It's on there. And I say, I respect everybody. I just don't like the debating thing because it make brothers look stupid. And if you're a real scholar, they say they study Dr. Ben, they say they study all these scholars and all this, then the scholars saying the same thing. They wasn't dissing the Moors' legacy and culture. They wasn't dissing nothing. And that's what a lot of brothers do in the conscious community. They dissing things because they all have a motive. Either you an Egyptologist, or you a Hebrew, or you a Moor, or you all this, or you was one of those polite followers, or whatever. But it's making us all look stupid. Because we all one nation. And that's what they don't mean. They be trying to diss Nobujar Ali and all this. And then I showed y'all about the Shashat yesterday, about the crescent and the moon, all that, and the hieroglyphics. I show all this. But then I show I'm not on nobody's side. Because religious dogma messed us up. When you go to page 150 on The Fall of America by Elijah Muhammad, he say some things. He say that we dress like some savages. He say that Africa is uncivilized. I'm telling you. He said if you don't cut your hair and beard and all this, that you won't be accepted in America. That's why I told y'all the Sunni Muslim and the Nation of Islam, they wear suits. They don't wear the garments. They wear suits. But just like I did in the Bible, did the followers of Yahshua wear a suit? Or do they wear their tunics, cotton or silk? Farrakhan the one taught that your hair should be straight like your eyebrows. You heard what he said? Wouldn't you like? It sounds like, you know how people be trying to say it off move. Wouldn't you like your hair to be as straight as your eyebrows? No. All the ancient people, from the Egyptians to everybody, had kinky and woolly hair and noses. Even the Omic. What are you talking about? And you talk about the original people had straight hair. And that's the reason why we cursed. That's the curse of Ham or the curse of Canaan. Do you see this shit, excuse my candor, that our people do under this man-made religion? Hell, the Nation of Islam got money from the government to teach that stuff in the prisons. You can't be mad at what I'm saying. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be straight as your eyebrows? So that's teaching you to hate yourself. And all the original people had hair like wool, dark skin. What are we talking about? That's rhetoric. That's Ron L. Hubbard, Dianetics. That's Jewish Talmud teachings. And tell me it ain't. And I'll go in all the Jewish Talmud and they tell you how your skin is a curse. Tell me I'm lying. So is that what these nations teaching? Research it for yourself. Do the Talmud teach that your skin is a curse? Research it. And I don't even got to go into it because I already have it. I share this stuff willingly with my brothers and sisters. I share this stuff willingly with my brothers and sisters. So you can't deny it. I ain't afraid of no man that breathed and died just like me. Or some nation, or some Negroes. Hell, and just like they say, if they kill Malcolm, like, well, this is how we deal with a traitor. I mean, man, please. Like nobody can question you over what you say. Especially my brothers and sisters that be out here spilling hate. And then they hate their own brothers. Hold on, let me find something. Let me go to something real fast so I can see, do I have something that I want to share? Okay, here it go. In examining the relationship between the Jewish Talmud and the origin of black skin, it is important to consider the historical context and various interpretations of relevant texts. One perspective points to a rabbinic mishra in the Babylonian text, the Sanhedrin 108b, that mentions Ham being smitten in his skin, being smitten in his skin as punishment for inappropriate conduct during Noah's drunkenness. You know how they tell you in the Bible, Genesis 9, that curse of Ham. Y'all know the story? Some later commentaries interpret this smitten skin as a darkening of skin and linked to the curse of Ham. It links to the curse of Ham, the curse of Canaan, suggests it explains the blackness of his descendants. That's where they get that crap from. That's where they get it from. That's where they get it from. The curse of Canon. Even in Dr. Ben's works. I got all his works, that's why I be telling you. But then they say they teacher was Dr. Ben. Well, you lying on Dr. Ben. The curse of Canon and Dr. Ben's African origins of major Western religions are distinct works. But the former, which is the historical misinterpretations, creates a context that Dr. Ben's work directly addresses. What work do Dr. Ben work addresses? Do anybody know? Do anybody know? This is the stuff that a lot of people, this is the stuff that they teaching, they rhetoric. When they saying your hair and your hair supposed to be like this, like that meant that they were blessed, and your skin and you curse right. This is where they get this from. So when religious Muslims teach this, what is you saying? What are you saying? The biblical curse of Canon, that in Genesis 9, have been historically misinterpreted to justify the enslavement of African people. That's what they do. That's no disrespect. That's what Farrakhan said. Why we what? We disobedient and we've been disfigured. This is the bullshit, excuse my candor, that these Negroes say, and I'm saying it like that. You disfigured. So the Creator disfigured you with kinky hair and black skin. That is the most BS stuff I ever heard from somebody that say they love you. Where do you get that crap from? I told you, these people hate their own skin. These people hate their own African culture. I told you, I'm a Moor. That's where it stopped. Morocco is Africa. I ain't no damn Moroccan. They trying to say this interpretation falsely equates Canon with dark skin people and use Noah's curse against him as a theological justification for their subjugation. For what? The death of the black Messiah. Dr. Ben's book critically examines the foundation of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. But all these people say that Dr. Ben is their elder, but then they won't highlight the African roots of Christianity. Research the video. But all these people say Dr. Ben is their elder, and then they try to discredit the elders. This work challenges Eurocentric views of religious history and reveals an untold history that was previously ignored and obscured, by our own people, the so-called Christian, the so-called Hebrew Israelite, and the so-called black Muslim that preach this stuff. That's what that preaches when you talk about you disfigurement. So you telling me that God disfigured you what? With woolly hair and black skin. That's what you said. That's what they said is a disfigurement. That's bull crap. The Creator ain't never cursed us with no black skin. We were blessed. Put my hand in the bosom and it came out as white as snow. Put it back in, it came out to the color it was before. Clearly that'll tell you it wasn't white. How can you hide in a place where everybody don't look like you? That stuff is stupid in the Bible. But this is what these people teach. They always teach you that somebody else got to tell you who you look like. They always got to tell you like some blue-eyed, straight-haired Negro look like you. That's crap. And that's why a lot of them straighten their hair and part it down the middle. That's why a lot of them don't like the African culture. Who? The misnomer black Muslim and the Hebrew Israelite. They hate their black culture. They say they got more in common than the white man that they brother in Africa. Yeah, and I say, yeah, you Negroes do. And then in the same history, in the same message, they say Dr. Ben is their teacher. How? That's a contradiction. Oh, what else you want me to say? In examining the relationship between the Jewish Talmud and the origin of black skin, it's important to consider the historical context and various interpretations. I told you that. Didn't I tell you that already? Told you that. I told y'all that already. So when a person giving you some rhetoric and talk about the original man, his hair matched the texture of his eyebrows, man, that to me, that's some curse of Canaan. That's some curse of Ham stuff. That's some Genesis 9. And then it said that you was rejected because you got kinky hair and big noses and big lips. So that's a mark of disobedient. That you saying that the Creator disfigured, misnomer black people? Are you nuts? And this is regular. This is what my Nation of Islam brothers be talking. I say, man, y'all go get on with that bullshit. Excuse my candor, and I ain't afraid of nobody. You want to kill somebody of that? That's because we've been subjugated. Because these Negroes teach that Genesis 9 stuff, that your black skin is a curse and your hair is a curse. And you've been disfigured with black skin. Dr. Ben already destroyed that mess. And then these Negroes say Dr. Ben is their elder. Dr. Ben destroyed it. I just gave y'all the research. And then in Elijah Muhammad book, no disrespect to no one. Page 150, you know, it talks about Africa is uncivilized and jungle. And you got to cut your hair and all this and all this. So they saying that your beard and all this is jungle. But I know, so you telling me my Rastafarians that I went over yesterday, my keeping the gospel, so they some jungle people? When we wear our tunics and our turbans and all that, what? That's some jungle people. That ain't what the followers of Yahshua wore. The followers of Yahshua ain't wearing no suit or no damn bow tie. And then have the nerve to call your brother savages, cause if you got a beard, don't cut your hair to look like somebody, you a savage. You're supposed to be a boss. You're supposed to be made in the image of God. You don't have to look like nobody to be accepted. But that's what these people teach. I love all people, but I don't deal with rhetoric. I'm 99 degrees. I ain't dealing with no lower level science that's going to subjugate us. Everything is supposed to be used to edify us. So if you got something, you're supposed to do good with it. Not try to use something and say, well, this is the reason why we curse. This is the reason why we disfigure. This the what? Because we've been disobedient with black skin and come with some stupid ass curse of Ham, curse of Canaan in Genesis chapter 9. Is you crazy? Is you crazy? And I just showed y'all that's Jewish Talmud teachings. That's hate. So here it is, here a brother that say they the nation of blacks or whatever, Islam and all that, and they giving you some racist Jewish Talmud teachings. And I just showed you where it come from. I just gave you the rhetoric. This is what I be telling my people. I love all people, but don't come to me and say this is our religion, this is our man. Stop the cap. If you ain't gonna give credit to your people, stop the cap. Talk about your African features are a curse. Stop the cap. Because they got that federal mandated bread. Wouldn't you like your hair to be straight as the hairs on your eyebrows? No, man. No. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. And it's the same people that teach some Willie Lynch in 95 at the Million Man March. And I told y'all ain't no such thing as a Willie Lynch letter. And I'm an educator and an elder too. And then these people be part of Freemason stuff and won't even be honest and a lie in your face. So I'm gonna play a little clip of it, brother, and then I'm gonna highlight some stuff because I told you I always use stuff for reference, for good. I don't have no religious side. I don't care if nobody don't like my feds and none of that, but I ain't one of them Negroes that's trying to say this is better than that or put a man before the wisdom. People just be spilling out rhetoric and then don't be researching what the researcher be saying. When this brother, like when the conscious community was out, when you had all them brothers, and I'm gonna play this little clip of this brother from Detroit. He's saying a lot of stuff, and then a lot of brothers say they scholars, and I say, yeah, they street scholars. Yes, they are. I would give that to people, but then you have to admit if somebody has something that you know is relevant for wisdom, you're supposed to read and go through it as a scholar. If not, you dissing wisdom. If I say I've had something that can illuminate, just like if you saying Noble Drew Ali was taught by Adam Blavatsky, and I can give you some writers that she wrote that'll trump all that'll give credit to Noble Drew Ali, and to give credit to all the Sufi Islamic teachings that taught all of the Europeans that you would think brought something to us, that you would think. If I show you Aleister Crowley writings and they'll tell you where they was learned from Pascal Beverly Randolph, and they twist the teachings to keep us off the breadcrumbs, then it was nothing you can say. Because everybody recorded and dated their stuff. They just, what we do is in academia, a lot of times we'll let ourselves hangman ourselves because we think some came from a European. And I told y'all, gematria, all those numbers stuff, all that stuff don't mean nothing all the time. But is it numbers? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Is it sequences? Yes. Do it mean your life finna change and all that? And this mean that? No. That's just what it is because everything is under a system. Does the system mean something in reality? Yes. But magically? No. Can't nobody teach you something and teach you gematria. You're gonna magically get something. That's false stuff. So I wanna play this brother. He used a lot of profanity. You know, but like I always say, so what? We adults. Your kids be cussing, They listen to the car and the craziest rap music. All the movies that you watch with your kids is gangster movies. Everybody watching Big Meech, BMF, Kanan. Everything is about killing each other. So the way this brother is speaking, I'll be telling people so damn what? That's what I'll be telling misnomer black people. We so damn critical for no reason. Listen to what the brother's saying and then question what he's saying and then we can highlight on it. So let's listen to the brother. I'm going to fast forward a little bit maybe when he's not talking nothing, when he just spitting off.
I'm in the house.
Let me fast forward it.
Kleenex out. Because it's going to hurt your motherfucking heart. And tell the NOI and the FOI get their motherfucking Kleenex out. Got enough nerve to act it. That's...
Let's listen.
Oh, fuck.
Let's listen to it.
Did you just hear what I just said?
Let's listen.
They teach
Listen.
that our hair was straight like our eyebrows. Wait a minute. I'm going to say it one more motherfucking time for anybody out there that did not hear me.
Excuse the language.
These niggas, because that's all you is a nigga. Because I can't separate these motherfucking teachers from fucking Jim Crow.
Excuse his candor. This adult
You
time.
Sambo ass niggas. Y'all some bunch of fucking Sambo.
Listen what he's saying. Hold on, let me go back and I'm gonna play this clip for Farrakhan. Listen what he say.
According to Elijah Muhammad. Okay? But listen to me. I want y'all to listen to this teaching by Louis Farrakhan that he got from Elijah Muhammad. Do y'all know that these niggas teach that our hair was originally straight? Did you just hear what I just said? They teach that our hair was straight like our eyebrows. Wait a minute. I'm going to say it one more motherfucking time for anybody out there that did not hear me. These niggas, because that's all you is a nigga. Because I can't separate these motherfucking teachers from fucking Jim Crow.
I had to tell y'all excuse the language, but listen. Just think you listen to a rap song.
Sambo ass niggas. Y'all some bunch of fucking Sambos. Okay, listen to this shit. I got it on deck right here. Now, if it's too loud, that book was The Fall of America, page. Now, I don't know about the hair. I got the...
Now, I gotta narrate this. The Fall of America, he talk about on page 150. When it's in there, when he talking about how, you know, you uncivilized and your hair and all, and you gotta do this, and the way you dress, and if you don't cut your beard and all this stuff, and your hair and all this stuff, and your dress is savage. So that's saying your tunics and all that is savage. But then when you talking about your eyebrows, we want you like the hair on your head to be like the hair on your eyebrows. That's what Farrakhan said in the lecture, live. I'm telling you, I got it, and he gonna play it too. When stuff be happening, people be sending me stuff, and they be like, "Do you know this brother?" I'll be like, "Well," I said, "This was during conscious community time, you know, in early 2020s when everybody was sitting at home. This was popular. That's how people got caught up with this and that debating stuff. This is where all them people came from. Y'all know your Pharaoh, Polite, with the conscious community. But see, righteous people still alive. That's why I said certain people that couldn't be bought and was bringing good information. That's why I said, I love our Prophet Noble Ali. I love all good men. But religion is what separates us all day and forever. And then hating who we are, hating our skin, that's the most damning thing. And then our own people spread these lies. Because that's hatred, Talmudic, Jewish teachings. Real talk. Let's proceed.
The audio for the hair. But that information where he said that our hair was savage and our damn dress was savage and the only dignified people in Africa was Muslims and Christians, but they ass ain't gonna live through the war. I guess this the war that the Muslims...
So in the book, Fall of America, at the end he said the only people that's gonna be left on the earth in Africa is Muslims. That's what he said in the book. He said the only people that's gonna be left in Africa after the war or whatever is Muslims. Wow, really? Okay.
Supposed to be bringing on the world that the only people that's gonna be left in Africa is Muslims. Okay? That's the Fall of America, page 150. You can go
But this right here coming directly from Farrakhan. Okay? I want y'all to hear this. Now, let me know if it's too loud. Let me know if it's too loud. Just put a comment in there. So Shabazz was not permitted to stay in that area, so he took his family into the jungle of East Asia, which we now call Africa, to make a people close to nature. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this is the origin of kinky hair. Because we didn't have kinky hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. The hair on your eyebrows straight, the hair on your head is not the same as the hair on your eyebrow. But the hair of every other people is the same as their eyebrow. Your eyebrow straight, your hair something different. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow? That's why you're so busy frying it. That's why you're so busy pulling it. Because your nature tells you that they can't. I mean, you know, with black and
Now, who taught you how to hate yourself? That sound like self-hate rhetoric to me. That sound like self-hatred rhetoric to me.
I'm proud. We got to learn to be proud of kings. Because most of your family of other black people on earth jet black. They didn't have no broad nose and thick lips and kinky hair.
He said your ancestors, your mom didn't have broad noses and kinky hair. Ain't that a B? The real Buddhas, the Gautama Buddha, they have big nose, kinky hair, the Olmec. What are we talking about? Like to me, that's why I be saying like man, why we can't say nothing about nothing? Oh, so your nose ugly. And for somebody to say the ancients didn't have that, like are we like, huh? Let's proceed.
They were dark-skinned people, jet black, but they had straight hair, a thinner lip.
Dark skin, jet black, but they had straight hair, a thinner nose, a thinner lip. God damn! Woo! Excuse me, y'all. And I ain't saying what to believe or you rolling with. That's not what I'm saying. As an educator, I'm a scholar. I say, do you roll with this? Are these your beliefs? Is this what we should be teaching our babies? Because to me, that sounds like some Jewish Talmud stuff. That sounds like some curse of Canon. That sounds like some curse of Ham. That sounds like some Genesis 9 stuff. That sounds like saying you uncivilized and you cursed and you rejected. And you, why? And you disfigured because you disobedient. That's what that sounds like to me.
A thinner nose, but we are marked as a different kind of black person. And we were rejected and despised, not only from the circle of the gods, but we were despised and rejected by all the other dark people of the earth. This is why today black people with kinky hair and broad nose and thick lips are rejected in every society.
Damn, straight up.
I want you to hear me well tonight. Yes, sir. Why are we rejected? Because the essence of beauty is in obedience and submission to God. And the essence of ugliness is when you rebel against God. And when you rebel against God, in your rebellion, you are marked with a certain mark of your rebellion, which is the disfigurement.
Whoa.
Your internal self, which manifests in the disfigurement of your external self.
So he said you disfigure in, so your disfigurement and your disobedience is your disfigurement outside. What? Your black skin. Your hair, your nose is a curse. If that ain't what that's saying, somebody correct me, because that's what it's saying. I don't rock with that. I don't teach that. And even in moral science, man, I don't teach that. I don't teach that. Dr. Ben didn't teach that. and African origins of in major Western religions and culture. It's called Culture of Genocide, page 29. Research what I'm saying. It's another book by Dr. B, and it'll come to me. It'll come to me. But come on, man. And I just showed you how Dr. B corrected that in this other book that I was referencing. That's what that sounds like to me. If it don't sound like that to you, then correct me.
And this is why when you look at our people, wherever we are found on the earth, you find us either disfiguring ourselves physically because we are disfigured on the inside because of rebellion.
That's a cold play to me, too.
That's a wicked man.
Now,
That's a wicked
that's what
man.
he say. Like I say, you can take it how you want to take it. It's more than that, and that's a brother from Detroit. His name is Seti. You know, like I said, a person might not like what he's saying, but is it valid? He say a whole bunch of more. You can watch it for yourself. That's why I say I don't debate. I never debate, brothers. When you're an educator, when you're a scholar, all you can say is yes. And then when you're in academia, it's called peer-reviewed scholarly research. So if you're a scholar and you can take things back and you say your teacher is Dr. Ben, and I can go back and research of Dr. Ben and show you that Dr. Ben is saying the same thing what I'm saying, well, I think then you're going against what your teacher was taught. And then if I can prove what you're saying from other sources, that what you're saying is Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda, then what? You can't be mad at no one. That's what, you know, it's way more than what he was saying. You know, it's way more. You know? Let me see what he was saying. Let me see.
Oh, dog, goddamn it, divine.
Oh yeah, he reading from Dr. Ben books and everything.
I know he got it in there.
Let me see something. Let me see something.
That's the curse. Start to disfigure your mind and your body.
He was saying that that's the curse of Ham. So
He ain't doing nothing.
he got one of Dr. Ben's books.
Goddamn thing. Sit your ass, Steve.
And I think and the book he got is African Origins of Major
See,
Religions.
I know where to go.
No,
get it.
no.
Okay, if you need it, this is cultural genocide.
Yeah, cultural genocide,
in
yeah.
the Black and African Studies curriculum.
And I have all these in my library. Anybody can get them. You can get them as ebooks, for you can take them everywhere you go. When you can't disrespect the science that's there, and then people start trying to diss the scholars that written, and then try to talk about some things that was when 100 billion, quadrillion, zillion years ago. Man, shut up. 600 million years ago. Why do people? Well, you know, it's 600 million years ago. Man, what about it?
600.
But I'm just saying how they try to go with some astronomical number of years ago to try to prove a point with some stuff. No disrespect.
What they proving?
Nothing.
Page 29, okay? Listen to this shit. And then we're going to replay
This page 29 from Dr. Ben book.
Okay?
He gonna read it.
Anybody out there got a problem with it, bitch, bring it to my chest, bitch. You fuck
See,
nigga.
I guess somebody's supposed to have been harassing him. I guess.
I wish y'all niggas would
But that's what people do in that conscious community stuff. That's what they do. But I'm just using it as a reference to show you something. When I say nothing new. So here you go, listen to this.
This is cultural genocide in the Black and African Studies curriculum. Okay?
That Dr. Ben book.
Page 29.
It's on page 29.
Listen to this shit. And then we're going to replay this self.
I'm trying to.
Okay? Anybody out there got a problem with it, bitch, bring it to my chest, bitch.
He go, he cursing, he going on. I want to fast forward it, but I will put it in there for you can't hear him cursing and going on. Let me turn it down because he going on. But here it go.
Now I cannot beget the fourth son whose children I would since you have disabled me, doing ugly things in the blackness of night, Canaan's children shall be born ugly and black. Listen to this. Moreover, because you twisted your head around to see my nakedness, your grandchildren's hair shall be twisted into kinks and their eyes red. Again, because your lips jested at my misfortune, there shall swell, okay? And because you neglected my nakedness, they shall go naked, and their male members shall be shamefully elongated. Men of this race are called Negro. Their forefather Canaan commanded them to love theft and fornication, and to be banded together in hatred of their masters, and never tell the truth. This is after Babylonian is too loud, but not too loud.
That's Dr. Ben.
You say not too loud. All right.
But I'm just
Not too loud, or what did you
that's what I tell people, like, nobody can be mad
say?
at history and research. It's been here way before you and me. And other people been talking about this stuff. You can find this stuff, this same type of hate in the Talmud. That's that same stuff, Genesis 9, curse of Ham.
If I'm too loud,
And so some people may not like his delivery, but is the brother lying?
well, anyway, don't bother me.
Is the brother lying on Dr. Ben?
So,
Is the brother lying on the research? Did he get some fake AI tapings of Farrakhan speaking saying that? Because I got the same taping,
actual facts. So don't no motherfucking body tell me.
and it's in the book, page 29. He referenced the whole book. I got all the books for you.
I was just thinking about this.
So when you hear somebody say that about your skin and all that, and the original man and yo this and that had smaller lips, smaller nose with straight hair, like really?
These niggas every night,
And ain't no disrespect to no one.
all my
And people say you can't have that conversation. Tell me why you can't.
niggas wanna talk like we not teaching the
Tell me why you can't. Tell me why nobody can't question me for anything. Anybody can question me. I understand everything. That's why I said I ain't one of those. Well, none of that stuff you see on TV, none of that stuff you see out here operating wrong, no sovereign citizen stuff, no fake this. Like I got some magic trick, and I ain't none of that. I ain't out here walking around like I know some secret ass spell and I can magically get you this. That's that fake ass circus shit. Excuse my candor. And everybody know that. But this history, this Moorish history, this legacy, this historicalness of it it can't be denied. Now, have some people took the science and did whatever they wanted to do with it and misconstrued people? Absolutely. Absolutely. Have people use things on platforms to discredit or credit perspectives? Absolutely. Absolutely, they have. But when you hear something like that, as a brother, don't that remind you of the same hate speeches and stuff that's in the Talmud about your black skin is a curse? Genesis 9. But then to hear that from a brother that looked like you and to say your ancestor didn't have, the nose wasn't that big and the lips this wasn't that big and the reason why your lips is that big because you were disobedient and that's a form of disfigurement. Straight to hell up. Straight to hell up. That's a form of disfigurement. Not your genes, not from your family. That's a form of you being disobedient to something, to some God, they say. To somebody tell you. That is some of the most bold stuff to tell somebody, man. Like, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say out here. I don't care what you believe. You some Christian, some more, whatever, to roll with some stuff like that. And nobody can't say nothing because I'm an educator. That sounds like some Jewish Talmud hate stuff to me. That sounds like some curse of Ham stuff to me. To me. And then Dr. Ben highlighted it. Oh, so now you dissing Dr. Ben? You dissing the scholars? Oh, that's cold-blooded, man. Like, that's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded to me, man. That's cold-blooded. And for anybody to be like, oh, well, we just know, man. No, no, no. You telling me that ain't cold-blooded? It said you were rejected How? And you, for your disobedient, you disfigured. How? With kinky hair, big noses. That's a mark of disobedience. We cursed. That's what he says. That's what it says. So that means so that's saying we rebelled against God and we've been cursed. Straight up. Oh man. So then we got to look like somebody else. So that means to be part of something else, I got to get my hair a certain way and do a part down in the middle, down the side. But then you say that picture of that individual ain't even him. So then why certain people that's under certain got their hair a certain way with a line down the side? So if that's the case, from what you saying, if you saying that ain't nobody, that's just a white man. And now, if you say this, then I'm saying, so why you doing your hair, putting a part down the middle like a white man? If that ain't him, you tell me, because that's what you say. No disrespect to no one. I'm just saying if 1 + 1 is 2, then damn it, it's 2. Okay, so if the picture you say ain't this individual with their hair parted that straight with a line down the side, if people say that's not him, then tell me why certain individuals, a part of certain type of Islam, they have their hair straight like that with a part down the middle. I don't know. That's ironic. Who knows? I don't know. And then to say your hair is a curse, to say you a jungle bunny, you know. In the fall of America, Elijah Muhammad on page 50, they say all that, say you uncivilized. Like, come on, man. They say your dress is savage dress. So that's why the so-called Nation of Islam wear suits and the women wear their attire, or what? Or what? I don't know. And the Sunnis believe this, that, and the other. I don't know. You tell me. Come on, man. That's bold. That's bold. And we got scholars that debunk this. Dr. Ben wrote it in 2 books. Dr. Ben wrote the science in 2 books. I got 2 book references, and I got references from Europeans. But to say this out your mouth behind the pulpit amongst a group of brethren, and can't nobody say nothing, I think that's messed up. So that's saying that your skin is a curse. So that's saying your ancient foremothers and forefathers didn't look a goddamn thing like you. And your ancient foremothers and forefathers of the tribe of Shabazz or whatever, they had straight hair, black straight hair with straight noses and straight lips. Looked like Martin hair when he was playing on Halloween. When he had a perm. I mean, come on, man. But we can't say that like we talking hate. This ain't no hate. Who taught you how to hate yourself? Who teach you how to hate yourself? Who teach you your skin a curse? Who teach you your hair is a curse and your lips is ugly and your nose? Not me. I say you kiss. I say you sun kiss. I say you made in the image of God. I don't care what you call it. When I say Allah, I'm saying stand up, the straight pictogram, arm, leg, arm, head, with all your extremity functioning. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no man-made religion to keep you subjugated. I ain't talking about that, to say this better than that. That ain't the science I'm under. I never tell nobody that. I never teach that. I don't rock like that. You have to talk to me because I love my brothers. Because even I know brothers that say they Hebrew Israelites, and they say they got more in common with the white man that they do they brother from Africa. How I know? All this stuff used to be in the conscious community. This is rhetoric. This is people's rhetoric. Is it all of them? I ain't talked to all of them, but I'm saying this is rhetoric. People be playing like they don't know. And I'm saying, and then if you don't know, then what? Now what? Because for me to say that your skin is a curse, and the reason why this another, because our skin, and then our own brother that look like us, no disrespect, that say the black Muslims, no disrespect, to say, oh, the reason why we curse is and disfigured because our disobedient with black skin, and that's it. And the ancient ones, they skin, they hair was straight and noses were straight and straight lips. So the Olmec is false. The Iberian is false. The Vikings is false. The tablets is false. So everybody has straight. That is some of the most outlandish shit to say. Man, excuse my candor. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm disappointed, but yeah, I'm very disappointed. Yeah, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in that type of rhetoric. And if brothers believe it like that, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Somebody sent me that, was like, "Sheep, what you think about this?" I was like, "I don't know." I said, maybe I'll play it and see how people feel about it. and understand it and see, do they believe like that? And see, do any of my brothers that's Muslims believe like that? And have you ever heard when Farrakhan said that? And the reason why you curse it because your skin, this, that, and the other. Y'all heard it? Y'all heard it? Let me go back. Let me see. Can I go back to the beginning of it? I'll play it real fast. One more time. Let me see. Here we go.
That's why you're so busy frying it.
All right, let me go back.
Y'all know that deep. Okay, listen to this. You Sambo ass. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. The hair on your eyebrows straight. The hair on your head is not the same as the hair on your eyebrow. But the hair of every other people is the same as their eyebrow. Your eyebrows straight, your hair something different. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow? That's why you're so busy frying it. That's why you're so busy pulling it. Because your nature tells you that they can't. I mean, you know, with I'm black and I'm proud, we got to learn to be proud of kings. Because most of your family of other black people on earth, jet black. They didn't have no broad nose and thick lips and kinky hair. They were dark-skinned people, jet black. But they had straight hair, a thinner lip, a thinner nose. But we are marked.
He said they had black, jet black. That sounds like some of the Indians from India you'll see. You know, you'll see out here in Arizona soils, they be having dark skin, babe. Or they might be from Pakistani per se. They have dark skin too. Like, I mean, like, I'm just not understanding the angle of this. Somebody tell me, because I know the angle, but I'm just playing stupid. I want to play, because this what I'm doing. I ain't on nobody's side. I'm playing stupid. Like, how did this make anybody feel? Like, I just don't know. I don't know, man. Like that's hard for me to, like, wow. But let me continue it, because we're going to play the rest of this and we out.
As a different kind of black person. And we were rejected and despised, not only from the circle of the gods, but we were despised and rejected by all the other dark people of the earth. This is why today black people with kinky hair and broad nose and thick lips are rejected in every society. I want you to hear me well tonight. Yes, sir. Why are we rejected? Because the essence of beauty is in obedience and submission to God. And the essence of ugliness is when you rebel against God. And when you rebel against God, in your rebellion, you are marked with a certain mark of your rebellion, which is the disfigurement of your internal self, which manifests in the disfigurement of your external self. And this is why when you look at our people, wherever we are found on the earth, you find us either disfiguring ourselves physically, because we are disfigured on the inside because of rebellion.
And there you have it. How do people feel about that? How do brothers and sisters feel about that statement? Do you feel that about yourself and your culture? Like, do you feel like that's just a hard pill for me to swallow, y'all? You know? That's just a hard pill for me to swallow, no matter what. Even if that was my dad and my mom speaking that type of rhetoric, that'd be hard for me to be with them. Man, we'd be bumping heads so much. I'd be like, how do you, man? I wouldn't rock with it. And I love my mom and my dad. I'll be standing right against it every time. Be like, I ain't with that. With my mom and my dad rocking with what they doing. I'll have to stand against it. I'll have to be the only one in the family that'd be like, well, I don't care if y'all establish this. Especially if I'm an educator and I know this, I ain't promulgating that stuff. I ain't promulgating no separation theory to be part of nothing. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And then I can show you that's Talmud teachings. That's hate, that's teachings. That somebody else will say, well, this is racist stuff. Well, then the same thing is the same thing. What the hell are you talking about? And then not only he's showing you, I can show you in Dr. Bean writings where this is where they come up with this rhetoric. And then here it is, the brother Farrakhan say some stuff like that. Like, to me, that's a trip in itself. To me, that's a trip in itself. And I don't care who you are. With all due respect. And that's the problem when we say we can't talk about things. Man, please. Man, go on with it. Go on with the games. Go on with the games. So if that's what you're promulgating, if that's what your leader promulgating, then what do that mean? I mean, do you feel different about that? Or if that is your leader or whatever, you ain't rocking with that type of ideology? You know, you say, well, yeah, I'm this, but I don't rock with that ideology. Well, what we talking? Well, huh? And then when I start talking about other stuff, where people be saying, well, this, that, and the other, then when I show real stuff, I'll be like, well, what happened in Detroit? Well, what you mean? And then I start showing you pictures of real things that happened in Detroit. People be mad. It's like, no, man, who is this brother right here? That's next to the dude that y'all say ain't Fire Muhammad. That everybody, because if that's the case, then who the brother on the right? That's the real individual. That so-called Fire Muhammad said that was Allah, whatever. That they say that was crazy and put in an asylum. And then they torture, they sacrifice somebody. They were sacrificing people in Detroit. So if that wasn't Fire Muhammad, which I ain't arguing with nobody, I'm not gonna get into that. If that's not him, okay, I ain't arguing with nobody, fine. Well, why all the Muslims in the nation be having that picture on the wall? If that's not Fire Muhammad, why I can get so many Muslims that got that same picture of that European, Albion, Trinidad, whatever you want to say, I don't know. Palestinian, you say half a half, whatever, okay. Well, if that's not him, who's the brother next to him in the FBI photographs? Who's the brother right next to him? I bet you they won't say that. I bet you won't say he fake too. See, that's how you get caught up in things. When I say a picture boy, the picture gonna reveal it, because he ain't the only one in the picture. Oh, so if that ain't him, then everybody in the picture fake. So who's the brother next to him? Who's the melanated brother next to him on the right of the picture? I bet you do some research on that. You'll be like, well, damn, Sheik. I'll be like, yeah. I told you the wisdom is greater than I. This is what I be telling people. It's like, no, man, don't be mad. Just follow the research. Well, that ain't him. Okay, let's say that ain't the so-called Fire Muhammad, whoever. Who is the melanated brother right there to the right? That's there. Who is that? Because I can tell you who all the other people in the picture is as well. All the government people. But the one picture that everybody say not him, and the melanated brother. Who is the melanated brother? Because I know who it is. Do y'all know who it is? I bet you nobody will say who it is. I bet you everybody be like, what brother? A lot of times when you see the picture, they'll black him out the picture. He's sitting right next to the right of the one that they say is not Fire Muhammad. You know? You know what I'm talking about? So who is the brother next to him? I wait for somebody to tell me. Can anybody answer that $1 million question? Huh? Who's the brother? Who's the brother on the picture? Right? With the government, right? And they say that's not Fire Muhammad next. But the brother that's next to him. Do y'all know who that is? I'm gonna see anybody in their studies. When you could be like, well, damn. When you can be like, okay, well, forget that individual. Let's go to this individual. And you tell me who that individual is. Could we do that? Huh? Because I'm showing everything from scholarship, so now I'm asking a question. Do anybody know who that person is? You remember when you hear surah, and I'm gonna keep waiting. I'm gonna be breaking things down because I'm gonna get to the person. If nobody don't give it to me and say it on here. Now the surah. Remember I always talk about surah when I say things is ancient Jewish. You think surah is Islamic, but surah was a Jewish yeshiva. It was located in Surah, in what is now southern Iraq, a region known in Jewish texts as Babylonia. You know? So did anybody come up with the name yet? Who the brother that they say ain't Fire Muhammad, but who's the brother that's sitting next to him? Can anybody come up with the name of that brother? With Pumbedita Academy. It was one of the two major Jewish academies from the year 225 CE at the beginning of the era of the Amora sagas until 1033 CE at the end of the era of Gomen. Surah Academy was founded by Amora Abba Arkia Rav, a disciple of Judah HaNazi. Among the well-known sages that headed the yeshiva was Rav Huna, Rav Shida, Rav Isha, Yad Abin. It's a couple more people. And when you start seeing all these things, when I told y'all the monuments that was in Iran, when I be telling y'all the Iberian, you're going to be like, damn, they all look alike. I'm going to be like, yeah, I told you. You're going to start seeing the toppies on their heads. And then when you see these people, these Egyptologists, they be trying to hate on that. I said, dude, why are we hating on things? It's all yours. Even the graduation cap, the hex alpha. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. Because when I show you monuments, when I show you things, you'll be like, yep. When I show you the feds with the cone, yep. When I show you the black civils, all that, and I'm like, yep. So what we dissing? When you look at old monuments and you look at Jewish texts, you will see all the stuff look the same. Don't look like the Iberian, which they call the Anunnaki. I mean, come on, man. I mean, we don't have to be doing this to each other. You can see an exhibit depicting Rav Ashi teachings at the Surah Academy. You can research this stuff. If I start showing you more, I have to go through all my stuff from academia and just start pulling out all my teachers. I mean, all my books. You know? I can pull out Abraham, Judaism, and the rise of Islam. How all that's connected. I can show you how all that's connected. What? Arabian, Judaism, and the rise of Islam. The rise of it. The Jewish kings of Yemen and the Red Sea Wars in the 4th century CE. Abraham, Judaism, and the Quran. As a historical document, the Quran provides evidence about the belief and practice of Arabian Jewish during the late antiquity. This evidence is found in numerous forms. First, the Quran makes numerous references to narratives from the Hebrew Bible, especially the books of Genesis, Exodus, Kings, and Jonah. The text assumes that its commentary audience, which include communities of Arabian Jewish, was already steeped in Jewish scripture. Quranic retellings of the Bible stories provide clues about how those stories were understood by Arabian Jewish communities at the time. And second, the Quran engages with various aspects of Jewish law, both biblical and rabbinic. Quran commentary on these laws contain evidence of Jewish legal culture and practice in Arabia at the time of the Quran. The third, and the Quran contains communal addresses to Jewish communities in a historical context. These are called the sons of Israel, the nations of Moses, the people of the book, the Judeans in this teaching. We talk about this textual stuff. It's no hate. April 13th, the Saifa, Muhammad's Jewish wife. Safiya, Muhammad's Jewish wife. According to early Muslim histories, the Prophet Muhammad married a Jewish woman named Safiya, daughter of Huyaya, who came to him as a war captive. Saifa's father and husband were the chiefs of the community. I don't even want to go all into it. About the Cat Center and Mini Course. It's so much I can talk about. No disrespect, but I want people to research it from love and be like, well, wait a minute, she. And I say, no, you. We have to tell people to hold on and look at things. So did anybody come up with the name yet? Of the brother? I'm telling you, anybody know? Okay, so we're gonna proceed. We're gonna proceed. Let me see, can I find something? Cause nobody still came with the name. This is why I be telling you, people be acting like they don't wanna say it. Or it's no hate, this history is there. It's in your face. So in the government files, when a lot of people Muslim, they be like, well, that's not Far Muhammad. Okay, I say, fine, great. Who is the other brother, the melanated brother, sitting next to him? Because if that's not Far Muhammad, I say, so what? If that's not David Fire, Pooh damn diddly. Then who is the brother right there? This would trump everything. I'll be waiting for somebody to say something. Don't nobody know? None of my Muslim brothers don't know. None of my brothers know about the human sacrifices in African American Muslims in the 1930s. They called it a voodoo cult. I'm telling you, this, I did a whole lecture of this, man, in academia. In 1932 in Detroit, Michigan, an African American Muslim named Robert Harris killed his tenant on an altar in his home as a purported human sacrifice to Allah. This is what the research I got. In the weeks that followed, as Harris was prosecuted for murder and ultimately was sent to an insane asylum, newspapers across the country declared that Detroit was a home to a voodoo cult, and the black Muslims in the city offered human sacrifices to their gods. This was likely the first time that black people in the United States was suspected of belonging to a religious organization centered on ritual murders. This chapter explores how the actions of this unstable man led to an entirely new interpretation of domestic voodoo and had profound repercussions for the Nation of Islam that continue to the present day. These is books. It's called Human Sacrifice and African American Muslims in the 1930s. This was published by Daniel N. Bowles. You know, a lot of this stuff is it's like periodicals. A lot of people probably don't know how to research periodicals and stuff still. But before the internet, that's the only way you can do things. You have to go to the library and know how to research news clips and things. When you was cross-referencing from different cases and going and looking for stuff back in the day, you had to go actually to the library. There wasn't no internet. Or you had to go to the Library of Congress. Or you had to know how to go look for this information, which is free. You know? Where is this from? You can find it today. The subject is religious studies, and the collection comes from Oxford Scholarship Online. I told y'all I'm not a gatekeeper. I will share everything with people, but I'm getting ready to be gone in a minute. I'm just being honest. All this stuff is going to be over. Everything that I'm going to give you is peer-reviewed scholarly research. They talk about this in the college halls. They talk about this in the basements of these libraries. They have all this stuff. Everything that I'm talking about is not a secret. It may be a secret to you, but it's not a secret in my world. I promise you that. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. I'm not saying things, but when I talk about how people succeeded from other people. Now listen to another document. Now I just told y'all about the Robert Harris person in a minute ago. But who is Robert Harris? Who had received the name Robert Harim from Fire. From Fire who? You tell me. See, I told you when people act like you can't talk about nothing, I say, okay, well I'll get scholarship, and then you tell me who it is, and then when I can get clippings and things from real cases, because I'm from Flint, Michigan, and when I say I can find articles and things, you know, Who are these people? You can't keep saying, oh, that's not fire, that's not this. Okay, well, if that man that y'all show the picture is, and that a lot of Muslims have, and say that's Fire Muhammad, then you can say that's not him, and X, Y, Z. Okay, well, let's throw that out the picture. Who is the brother that they don't ever show in the pictures when they show Fire Muhammad? I'm going to show you, because the brother's sitting right there in the picture. The reason why they zoom in on Fire Muhammad and the other European melanated people is because if the picture be shown, if the picture be showed all, that brother right there is going to tell it all. Why? That picture of that brother is going to tell it all. Because then when you say that, it wasn't they couldn't Photoshop that. And I got some of the old pictures too. This how a lot of stuff can be like, well, who is this brother? If you say this is this brother, then if you saying this person ain't that person that everybody said is, then what did I say about all of us? That means everybody just plain freaking stupid. And I don't care what nobody say. And I ain't on nobody's side. I ain't on nobody's side. I'll just give it to you for you can say, look at it for yourself. Because maybe you didn't have the information. And so maybe you start saying, maybe somebody didn't want me to have the information. Maybe it's the reason why. Is that a form of programming? Is it? Yeah. Robert Kareem from Fire and was a member of Allah's Temple of Islam, escorted James J. Smith into a room with a makeshift altar. In the audience were 12 adults witnesses, as well as Harris' wife and children. Smith, who believed he was being inducted into the Allah Temple of Islam, was asked if he would sacrifice his life for Islam. And Smith nodded his assistant. Harris then stabbed Smith in the chest and proceeded to stab him to death with an axle rod. See Evans, page 84 and 85, and Binion, 1938, pages 903 and 904. After neighbors called the police, Harris was arrested. Under questioning, he confessed to the murder, saying, I had to kill him. I had to kill somebody. I could not forsake my God. This is also mentioned in Dannon. Police initiated a manhunt for Fire and another leader, Yugan Ali. Who is Yugan Ali? Yugan Ali. Keep that in your name, in your hippocampus. Who is Yugan Ali? You ain't never heard of Yugan Ali? Nobody? I know y'all haven't. This is what I be telling people. Be like, man, let's stop the cap. Let's just keep it 100. Yugan Ali, who was arrested and questioned. Harris was deemed insane and committed in a mental hospital. Harris. Yugan Ali? Same person? How all these people having all these names? Ali was quoted in the Detroit News, November 23rd, 1932, fired and Yugan Ali, who acknowledged leadership of the ATI, but vehemently denied any teachings of the human sacrifice, were examined by psychiatrist David Clark, who recommended they be committed for further observation. A judge agreed, and both Fire and Yugan Ali were placed in straitjackets and confined in padded cells, with Fire and Yugan Ali still in custody 5 days after the murder. Elijah Kareem, the future Elijah Muhammad, led over 200 members into the court building and staged a protest on the main floor, with police spending a full day to get the protesters out. On November 25th, Harris was arraigned on charges of first-degree murder. He pleaded guilty, but his bizarre courtroom behavior convinced witnesses of his insanity. On December 6th, 3 psychiatrists testified that Harris was legally insane, and he was committed to the Iona State Hospital for criminally insane. He died there on June 19, 1935. Faced with criminal charges, Yugan Ali was released after promising to help disband the Allah Temple of Islam, while Fire agreed to leave Detroit as a condition of release. However, the Detroit courts seem to have orchestrated Elijah Poole coming into power as the new leader. Farrar Wallace and Yugan Ali was ordered to leave Detroit and never come back, at which point Farrar Wallace moved to Chicago and started setting up a temple therein. In 1933, you check it. I ain't saying this facts. This how all the religious dudes, they be getting all upset. Be like, man, go sit down. In 1933, May 25th, Wallace Farrar was caught in Detroit and arrested. via the Detroit Evening Times on May 26, 1933. Wallace Farad, 33 years old, was caught in Detroit and arrested on May 25, 1933. The headline was as follows: Voodoo Chief back in cell. Wallace Farrar said that he had 200,000 new followers in Chicago. Wallace Farrar also told the police that he had 10,000 followers in Detroit. Thus, Wallace Farrar was in Chicago in early 1933 and most likely interacted with the Adenian Ahmadis, therein and Sufi Mudamura, Raham Bengali, and Yusuf Khan. Ugan Ali was not mentioned again. Sufi Mudi Ura Rahman Bengali also alleged to have 20,000 Ahmadis in the United States. In 1934, Elijah Muhammad opened the Muhammad's University of Islam and the temple at 3335 State Street, Detroit, Michigan. See the Detroit Free Press of April 19th, 1934. The Voodoo Cult's headquarters were at 3408 Hastings Street, Detroit. The newspaper were shockingly announcing how many police officers were beaten severely. In the Detroit Free Press of 1934, April 29th, W.D. Fard is mentioned as the prophet, savior of this voodoo cult of Negroes, and Elijah Muhammad is listed as the pastor. But see, let me show y'all something. Oh, I can't even blow the picture up of the brother. Ugan Ali. Ugan Ali. The brother. And you see that picture with they say it ain't Fire Muhammad in the back. I say, okay, we ain't even gonna go there. Whatever. You can say it ain't Fire Muhammad. You see in the back. But they always bring the picture in for you can't see the other brother in the picture. Let me see if I got the other picture. Ah, here you go. I knew I had it. See, this is the real picture, y'all. Y'all ready for it? When I told you, they always will try to take stuff out. See, here go the picture. Here go the real picture. Boom. Got they asses. So if you say that ain't Fire Muhammad in the middle, okay, with the little white pale guy, whatever, from here, and then you heard the rhetoric that Farrakhan was saying about, oh, your ancient people, they had dark skin, their hair was straight, kinky nose, and all this. But you trying to say we look like that? But then who the brother right there? Because here go the original picture with the brother. So if you say that ain't Fire Muhammad, David Fire, okay, whatever, whoever you say it ain't Fire this, who is the brother? Who is this brother right here? I bet you they won't tell you who that brother is. This how you be like, boom, fact check. Well, that ain't him, and his daddy was true Negro. Do that look like somebody's daddy was true Negro? I'm just asking you. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I could be wrong, whatever. I could be wrong, whatever. But then ask you, who is that brother right there? Who is that brother right there? I bet you nobody won't tell you that, huh? Well, they are. I bet you nobody won't say that. So when they say, well, that picture that you see everybody, okay, well, then I can go to so many Muslims and people that's still alive, and they got the same picture of the pale dude in the background, but then come with a whole different story. Are you retarded to defend something else, but then got the same picture on the wall that's in movies with the pale dude, but then in the same breath you say that ain't him? Well, who the damn picture you got on the wall? You ain't no better than nobody else that got the fake Jesus on the wall. That's Caesar Borgia. You ain't no better. You ain't no better. And people be mad. I'm asking my people, who is this brother in this picture? I bet you nobody won't say. If that ain't Fire Muhammad, For Muhammad, David Fire, whatever Fire you want to call it. Okay, what the hell ever. Fine. Who the brother right here? I bet you they won't say who that brother is right there. Because if you say who that brother is right there, then you got to be truthful who that brother is in the middle sitting right there. Now that's where you fact check it at. Now that's the real. That's the when people say, well, nobody know. Oh, yes, you do know. These people were shown crazy. I gave you the facts. So what you think they showing them? What you think they showing them when I said it was always about death of the Black Messiah? What you think they going over with these feds? What you think they going over? What you think they going over? And who was the brother? That I knew I'd find a picture. Let me screenshot that. I knew I'd find a picture. Who is that brother? That's Fire Muhammad, and they said and Ugan Ali, November 23rd, 1932. and now, if anybody that was then or is still alive or got pictures or know the history, if you say, which you can say whatever you want, like I said, I don't have no problem with what nobody say, but if you say this ain't Fire Muhammad or whoever, okay, well then the fake Fire Muhammad is with Ugan Ali. No disrespect. Tell me I'm lying. Anybody get out here tell me I'm lying and be like, okay, but do you see how asinine this is? Okay, screw it. But that's Ugan Ali next to who? The fake Fire Muhammad. So Ugan Ali is sitting next to the fake who? Fire Muhammad. That's what they say, the fake one. So who is these people? They fake too. So 1, 2, 3 people on here real, and one person on here is fake. That is crazy as hell. This person not real, but this person is a real person that I told you who is. This person is a real, this person real, but Ugan Ali, he real, but he's not the real person. Well, who is he then? Well, who is he, y'all? If this ain't, cause this Ugan Ali, that's Ugan Ali. Somebody tell me I'm lying, y'all. He's showing a book to the police while his chief aide was Ugan Ali, sits near right. So if that's not Fire Muhammad David Ford, who is Ugan Ali sitting next to? That they saying that he's somebody chief. This comes from the Detroit Free Press. You can look it up yourself. You can look this stuff up yourself, family. And then when you see the picture, it's already, Ugan Ali is always white. Remember, he's whitewashed out. You'll never see the picture with Ugan Ali in it, do you? Do you? Tell the truth, y'all. Somebody talk to me. Can't nobody be mad. Can't nobody be mad. What you can be is be like, damn, Sheik, yep, you right. I can show you other news clippings. Ugan Ali and Farar Muhammad called founders of the NOI. 500 voodooists demand release of 2 in killing. This is the Detroit Free Press, November 24th. I got all the documents. I'm telling you, I did a lecture in this. All this stuff was at the libraries. Man, I used to be at the library all the time. As a young man, I love research. So when people be coming about history, I got so much stuff documented. I'll be like, dude, come on, man, stop the cap. Ugan Ali admits to being Harris' teacher and God. Who is Harris? I just broke the science down already. All this stuff can be found in periodicals. Detroit, Michigan. This is the Detroit Free Press, November 23rd, 1932, page 1, Detroit Free Press. I got all this stuff. So when people be saying stuff, well, oh, no, you don't believe in it, then when a person gives you scholarship and research, how stupid can we be? Like we'll be that, stupid. And when somebody putting the wisdom right in front of your face and showing you, be like, brother, this is what's going on. This is what happened to us. This is what's happening. This is what I'm showing my brothers. I ask everybody a question. If this is not the so-called Far Muhammad David Ford in the middle, well, damn it, that's Ugan Ali to the right of him. Right? All you got to do is say yes. And those are the feds. And what book you think he demonstrating? Showing them about. I'm telling you, I got the word for word, just like other stuff what he telling. It was always death for the black Messiah. I bet you that's Ugan Ali. So if that's Ugan Ali, who is this man in the middle? I'll blow it up even more so you can get a better look. I'll blow it up so you can get a better look. Who is that man in the middle? You say his dad was African American or whatever, or full blooded whatever we say, or full blooded original man. And then when you hear no disrespect, Farrakhan say that the original man was real dark with straight hair, small lips, small nose. But all the ancient people got big nose. From the Buddha to ancient Guatemala Buddha, from the Olmec to the Aztec to the Iberian, to the Viking, to the Russian icons, to the damn Sphinx with Tony Browder, showed you all original pictures. Well, why would somebody come with some crap like that and then say nobody ancient people didn't have big noses and all the original pictures shows totally difference and the Africanoid or the Africoid looks. And then I can show you all Dr. Ben, all John Henry Clark, all Sheikh Anta Diop, all our historical teachers. For somebody to say that and religious people to fall for that, I think it's messed up. So who is this man in the middle? But I bet you this man right here is Ugan Ali. And I'm going to leave it right there. I bet you that's Ugan Ali. I bet you that. I bet you that for a fact. I bet you that. So what were these brothers doing? Why is that a mystery to everybody? I done showed things from scholarship from so many perspectives. I told y'all the religion is not going to get us that way when people don't tell the truth. Because you can be down with this and all that, but then you got to tell the truth with this religious dogma stuff. And when I'm showing you right with your eyes what's going on, even when I start showing you the language, when I say, well, that language is not what you think it is, it's nothing to deny. So I want y'all to see that with your own eyes so we can stop all this self-hate. That's number one what we got to do. We got to stop this self-hate. And all that stuff to me is some Talmudic, ancient Jewish self-hate that was brought up. All to me is that some fake curse of Canaan and some fake curse of Ham, some Genesis 9 stuff. And that ain't what I promulgate. I ain't never promulgate your skin is some curse and your black skin is some curse. Never. I ain't never saying your nose is a curse and your lips and all this stuff is a curse and an original man didn't have your features. I'm not gonna promulgate that. I'm not gonna promulgate that. And so once again, I love y'all, man. But I told y'all, we shouldn't be worried about no other man. This is some old school stuff. We know we see what's coming. Like we in the day to day where we can stand strong in unity. But it's too much stuff that's separating us. And that stuff that's thrown in our face and people try to hide behind a religion or try to say we can't talk about this. Yes, we can talk about it. We can talk about any damn thing we want to talk about. But what's been shown in your face that people are not telling the truth. They can be. Why? Because if they saying what they saying, I say, do you believe like that? And you can't question it. I think that's messed up for us to keep going on like that. And I done showed y'all what's messed up. I put it right in your face. And if you still go with that and don't question nothing, that's why we still subjugated right there. That's why we don't have no main resource. And the people say, well, the nation has this, the nation has that. Yeah, bull crap. Or they have farms and they have this. Okay, yeah, really? What we producing? Where the jobs? All this, the nation, it's all groups. Or my fraternity have this, or my group have that. But what do the community have? What do the community have? If the community is not all Nation of Islam, so the community can't come and take advantage of the schooling, the kids got to come get the type of Islamic history or things that's not proven right to make you have that type of understanding. I know the basic 1, 2, 3s and ABCs, but then when you teaching from what? The lessons, and we just teach the lessons, not the Quran, because most Nation of Islams or whatever brothers, I understand it, and I give respect to brothers. But when it comes to things that you can say you can prove as a scholar, you have to stop right there, because a lot of that stuff is not scholarship. A lot of things that we profess is belief system, and I'm not arguing over nobody's belief system. I'm not doing that. But to say things is scholarship and to say things is word, then you got to prove all things. And then if you're a scholar, you have to agree that that's your set and that's what y'all believe in and that's your tradition and that's okay. And you might not like my fez, you might not like my turban, that's fine. But we're the only group of people that disrespect each other. You don't see nobody disrespecting the European Jew with his yarmulke on. You don't see nobody disrespecting the misnomer pale Arab Muslim. You don't see nobody disrespecting the so-called Indian with his turban on. But then every time you see the brother man with the natural headdress, which I show in history that we always wore, we have a problem with it. Or we always say these the brothers that sold out and these the people that did this, and I said we wasn't even there. All we can do is dispel religious dogma. Everything else we can't say this is not that because we were all of that. And that's all I want to say, man. I love y'all. Y'all have a great time. Peace, love, and light and illumination. And thank y'all for your time, for listening to little old me for an hour and 30 minutes. And once again, please don't fall for no dogma. Learn your culture and learn your history. And come to class and learn and become a student. I'm right here and I love y'all. Peace.